Hi there, dear guys and girls, and I'm Petra, and happy Thanksgiving to all of my American and Canadian. I don't know if you celebrate Thanksgiving in Canada, but anyway, happy Thanksgiving to you all. Today I wanted to talk about the addiction aspect of being involved with a narcissistic personality or toxic person. And just to start this video off, in my early 20s, I was a cocaine addict for approximately 4 years. So once again, in making this video, that my addiction, my old addiction, was actually the inspiration for this video, because I understand now in hindsight how a addiction is created and how it is nurtured, and I also understand the recovery of it. So you go through phases when you're going through or when you are becoming addicted, when you are in the middle of being addicted, and when you are recovering from it. So, and I want to, show you how that is, at least in my experience, how that is connected to being abused in a narcissistic relationship. And number one, to start off with, is the conditioning. So if you look at serious drug addiction, and you sort of compare this to the addiction that you have in the relationship with the narcissist, when you are starting out, you are conditioned. So when referring to drug abuse, in my story, I was offered this drug, cocaine, from friends, and I was living with a man at that time, was my first boyfriend, and he had a group of friends that were just, not kosher. And so I was conditioned by this group of friends. One of them was a dealer. And they said, oh, you just try this. I remember it was Christmas. And they said, oh, just give yourself a buzz. We're going to go to a Christmas party and you need to have that buzz. So just try a bit. And I was like, no, it's dangerous stuff. No. You can do it once. You can just be a recreational user. So just try it. You won't become addicted. So it's the conditioning, and it's the the good feeling that you get from the drug. This is what they tell you about. You'll feel great. You feel that you can take on the world. You'll have a fantastic party. You will have a mental experience that is just going to blow your mind, literally. So that is the conditioning. And the same with the narcissist. I'd written it down here. The narcissist goes about grooming you, conditioning you in the first few weeks or first few months of the relationship. And they will condition you to believe that they are the best thing that could happen to you. So that is the same with the drug. You are promised to get a great feeling from it. So this conditioning, they are conditioning you to become an addict by the way they present themselves. So same with the drug, how is it presented to you? Same as the narcissistic relationship, how is it presented to you? They will focus on how wonderful they are and all the good things they've done in the world, and just about everything, every aspect of life, they will blow it up, and you will feel this urge to become involved with them. That is how the relationship starts. The addiction starts. But it is done in such a subtle way that creates a spotlight on the abuser. So, once again, referring to drugs, the abuser is the drug addict. And so it puts a spotlight onto them, how wonderful they are and all the things they've promised you and all the gifts they've given to you and all the wonderful talks and praising you, and, well, you know what I mean, the whole conditioning of the start of a addiction. So this is a two-way street, because you are the drug, the supply for the narcissist, and the narcissist is the supply for you if you have this addictive personality. And please don't get me wrong, I am not saying that if you have an addictive personality, as I used to have in my early 20s, that you automatically attract and get involved with a narcissistic person. That is not what I'm saying. But I am saying you are more prone to it. And in my case, I was very prone to it. I was very prone to addiction. So it was with the drug addiction. At some point later in my life, it was a sexual addiction, a food addiction. I had addiction with guys. So I have a very addictive personality, or I used to have, because I've done the work and I've seen coaches and I've gone through therapy, and I've done the whole thing of healing yourself. And this has taken me, I would say, about 15 years to finally heal that addiction in my heart and in my spirit and in my mind, because of course it is a mental thing as well. So I am now recovered. I am healthy. I am well. I no longer have those addictions. I think the only thing I'm addicted to now is, just being happy, being positive, eating well, exercising, surrounding myself with wonderful people. So you can heal from a addictive personality. So once again, it is a two-way street. You are supplying the narcissist, and the narcissist is supplying you, that space of you that feels that you need to be addicted to this person. So you will get to the point where the narcissist, once you have become addicted, so we talked about the conditioning, and then you are in the addiction, in the relationship with the narcissist. And you will get to the point where the narcissist conditions you to believe that your values, emotions, your feelings are of no importance whatsoever. You will feel completely devalued. And I'm sure you can relate to that. Same thing when you are a drug addict. You will go through the same emotions. You will feel that you are completely devalued, because this drug has such a powerful hold on you. So you will feel, no importance in your life at all. Your emotions will be stripped from you. Your feelings, your values, your ability to function at a normal level, they will just be totally wiped out. And you will go into a state of depression, anxiety, fear, feeling hurt, feeling not only a spiritual pain, a soul pain, but also a very physical pain. So, I hope that makes sense to you, that, that the comparison between a toxic relationship and an addiction. And addictions can come in very many ways, shapes, and forms. It can be a food addiction. It can be that, you have a sweet tooth, but it's out of proportion. It can be an alcohol addiction. It can be sex addiction, whatever it is. So what I'm trying to say is that this is the same sort of, when you are a drug addict, these are the same dynamics of a drug addiction. And this is what you will experience in a relationship with a narcissist or toxic person. And at some point, you will also be totally numbed out. All you will want is for the abuse to stop, for the pain to stop, for the self-doubt to stop, for the feeling that you are not important, that that your life has no value, that what you say and what you do has absolutely no value to anyone. Now, this is a false feeling. It is not true. But this is how you have been conditioned to think of yourself. So you will be scared to make a move. You will be scared to say something. You will be scared to voice an opinion. And that is the same with the drug addiction. So what actually in essence happens is that when you have become addicted, whether it is substance abuse or whether it is with a narcissist, you will disconnect. You will totally disconnect from yourself. And because if you were connected to yourself, you would see what was going on. You would be able to value yourself. You would be able to lift yourself out of it. But you just connect you absolutely disconnect from your own feelings and from yourself. So this is when you are in the absolute depths of despair and when you have reached rock bottom. This is the way you will feel. The thing about addiction, at some point you will realize mentally, you will realize that something needs to be done. You need to get out. You need to leave this person. You need to secure yourself, but you just don't know how. And really the only way, either the narcissist will leave you. I'm sure that is the case for many of you. The narcissist will walk out of your life because you are of no value any longer to them for whatever reason they have, or you will make the decision to walk away. And when you do this, you will experience cold turkey. So the same as when you have a substance abuse addiction, you will go through cold turkey. And really that is the only way to do it. There's, you can slowly break away, which in hindsight, that is what I did in the toxic relationship. I slowly broke away. But the urge, that where you want to get that hit, it's like heroin. You want to get the hit. So you have that urge to phone or to get in touch or to send a message or whatever it is. You will have the urges. But these are all signs of going cold turkey, because you will feel that you need to reconnect in order to validate yourself. So cold turkey is terrible. For anyone who have, if you have been through it, I know I went through it. My cold turkey with my drug addiction took, I would say, a solid 8 months, where I just, went into this. I felt terrible. I felt sick, physically sick. And, but there was, I just had to go through it in order to kick the addiction. And the same with the toxic relationship, is that you go cold turkey. You feel that you get these shaking symptoms, and you feel terrible. You just want to get back in touch so you can get back to that good feeling again, in order to value yourself. But once again, it is a false value. It is not real. So what I'm trying to say is that it is absolutely possible that you can overcome this. I realize that when someone says this to you, you'll be fine, you're hurting now, you've left the person or the person has left you, you're on your own, you're recovering from the abuse, you'll be fine, just keep believing in yourself. These are very kind words and they come from a good place. But when you are the victim of this situation, that's not what you want to hear. You just do not want to hear it. But the only thing that I can tell you is that it will get better. You will get to the place where you just don't care anymore. And I'm not saying that from a hateful perspective. You get to the point where you don't care anymore in a positive way, not in a defeating way. So the recovery starts when you kick the habit, when you kick the addiction to the toxic person. And it will take a while, can take anywhere from a couple of months to a couple of years. But just allow yourself to go through the process of healing, because it is a process. It is an individual thing. What is good for the other may not be good for you, and vice versa. So give yourself time, love yourself through it. It will be all right. Okay, there's just a few other things that popped into my head now on this very subject, but I think I'll leave it at that for now. I will probably make a second video on this, but please, share your comments, Share your thoughts on this, if maybe you can relate to this this sort of addiction. And if you liked the video, please give it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. And if you'd like to hear more, then please subscribe to my channel. Have a great day and speak to you soon. Bye now.